My biggest advice to everyone out there, if you're going to watch this movie, before you see it, don't cook yourself a medium rare steak and sit down on the couch and pop this in. It's going to be hard. I Saw the Devil, released in 2010, and it's a South Korean film directed by Kim Jo-won. And I'm gonna be upfront with everyone right now, I've tried my hardest to pronounce these names, and I sound like an amateur, so please don't be offended, I'm trying my best. And the film stars Lee BYUNG-HUN and Choi MIN-SIK. A student bus driver by the name of Jang Kyun-chul runs into a student who has a flat tire on the back roads. He offers to assist her, but she politely declines. And Jang retaliates with taking his crowbar to the windows of the car and bashing her brains in. And then we go back to his evil lair, where he chops her up into little bitty pieces of jerky. However, it turns out that she is the daughter of the police chief in the area, and she is fiancée to a secret agent. And the secret agent, upon hearing about her death, goes on a one-man wrecking crew to find the man who killed her. And this movie was recommended to me by one of my longtime patrons, one of my longtime subscribers, a great person to speak to about any film on Facebook, Twitter, on this channel, one of my biggest supporters, Paul Morgan. Thank you very much, Paul. And one of the first things I want to say to you is, are you okay? Like, really, are you okay? Is everything fine in your life? Is your fiancée, is she treating you well? Or are there problems there? What about your sister Vicky? Is she... I'm just worried about you. Because this film, my God, you talk about intense visuals of just blood, guts, and kind of fancy karate. Ugh. Wow, I liked it, by the way. Paul has told me that he stumbled across this film and absolutely loved it from the start, but didn't understand why there was so much hate towards the film the more and more that he read up on it. And I honestly don't see where the hate comes from. Because in my opinion, we have one of the scariest, most psychotic villains that I've ever seen on the movie screen. Jang is just 100% a psychopath. He lacks empathy. He doesn't carry emotions. All but the emotion of pain, of course, and we see all the pain that's inflicted upon him from the secret agent guy, who I'm not even going to try with his name. Again, I apologize. He's a secret agent, so he's just going to be secret agent for this movie review. But Jang is 100% a psychopath, and we get that in the opening scene when he's killing that girl. Yeah, it happens in the first 5 minutes. Not a spoiler, this film is like 2 hours, 20 minutes long. And she's just laying there, he's about to chop her up, and she just lays there and says, please don't kill me. And him, with his twisted, non-empathetic mind, just simply says, why not? It's honestly a good question, but the delivery of it, the coldness, the apatheticness of it, can only come from a true psychopath. And bravo to the actor who plays him. To convey someone that scary and that psychotic, it has to do something to your soul as an actor. It has to. But once the secret agent finds out that it's his fiancée who was the one that was killed, he basically goes Liam Neeson on everyone's ass. He goes from potential perp to potential perp in trying to find someone who fits the mold of who would do this. And he is vicious with what he does. Basically, if you're a man, say goodbye to that precious thing between your legs. He's a ball buster. And not in a sensual way. Until he eventually catches up with Jang, which surprisingly happens pretty quickly. And at first I thought, is this just a 60-minute movie? Because he caught up with him, like, right away. And he's kicking his ass, too. What's going on here? Is that how they do it in South Korea? Only to find out that this film has another at least hour and a half to it. What is gonna happen? And as the movie unfolds, you realize, oh, the secret agent, he just doesn't want to kill Jang. No. He wants him to live in fear and live in just emotional torture. Oh, that's good. In most, at least, American action films, it's all blast, 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 fist, fist, fist. I'm gonna kill you as fast as possible. The secret agent in this film draws it out for the next hour and a half. He's constantly following Jang wherever he goes. He goes to get bandaged up, he goes to get cast on his wrist, he goes to get cast on his feet when his bones are broken. But every time he's about to falter and goes down the evil path, whether he's going to assault a woman or assault just anyone. All of a sudden, Secret Agent Man comes in and tortures him some more. There's this really sick scene where he takes a scalpel and cuts his Achilles tendon. Oh, it just freaks me out just thinking about it. I didn't watch that part. I saw the beginnings of it, and I'm like, I know where this is going, and I don't need to see it, and oh, you are screaming yes. Yep. That's okay. That Achilles tendon is one of the strongest muscles in your body, and it's just so exposed on the back of your leg. I don't want to think about it. In case if you hadn't noticed, this film is really just one sick, chaotic fight scene after the other. We get some torture here, some broken bones there, and then we move and we get some broken legs here, more torture here, people being skinned alive, and people eating people's body parts raw. That was my comment about the whole steak thing. It was a bad choice. But the more I talk about that, that might be the reason, Paul, why people did not like this movie. Because what is the message here? We have a villain, a psychotic killer out there who is doing evil things, and this film's message is the only way to stop him is with more violence, or someone that's more psychotic than he is. Because the torture that the secret agent puts Jang through, it's just as bad as what Jane did to all those women. And there is a social commentary in this film too of who's to blame for that. Who's to blame for why these people are who they are or why they do what they do. Because Jane keeps going from town to town, situation to situation, trying to fuck shit up, and then the secret agent is right there, and every time he beats him up, he kind of escalates a little bit more, to the point where he starts taking out some important officials. And then the secret agent is being blamed for it because he's the one that's driving Jang to do these things. But it's also an interesting question because wouldn't he have just done that altogether? Is it possible that love and peace can defeat a psychotic psychopath like him? I don't know with how it's presented in here. I mean, really, how do you stop someone like that other than with another psychotic person? But then let's say that other psychotic person has had enough and ends the person that he's going after. What then? What after that? And that's the ambiguous ending of this film. It's what happens after? Maybe through the process of all these tortures, maybe the secret agent is hoping maybe he will reform himself. Maybe he will break down. Maybe we'll get to see emotion. Maybe we'll get to see empathy emoting from this person. However, we never do. Personally, I like these type of films that present these questions in this certain way and presents, a certain viewpoint on it. But I can see people being turned off by the ending of this film because it is very ambiguous. We don't know what happens, and really, in the long run, what was the point? He was just as bad as the guy who was doing all the murders. It's just that the secret agent's focus was just on one person, whereas the murder was focused on anyone who was in the room. And I love the soundtrack. I love the score of this film. It really captured the psychotic, very evil vibes that this film gives off. And the film's composer is Maug, M-O-W-G, Maug. I'm so sorry. But there's some very evil chords that are played. I think it's done with like a synthesizer. It's really cool. It really adds to the film. I don't know, Paul, why you're reading up on all these articles of people that did not like this film. I don't think there's a lot to hate about this film. I quite enjoyed it. In the end, I'm gonna say I Saw the Devil it's not a good time. It's a time, but we have great visuals, the fight scenes are really intricate, the prosthetics, the blood, everything that was all very, very convincing. And it's a fun philosophical question that this film asks. How do we stop someone that has no empathy? How do we stop violence? Do we stop it with love, peace, and prosperity, or do we stop violence with more violence? And I don't think that there is a definitive answer. It's impossible to answer that. This film is just presenting one possible outcome of that philosophy. So Paul, thank you very much for the recommendation. I'm gonna give I Saw the Devil 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
For me, not being a horror guy, I was actually surprised at how much I was liking this film and how much I was watching of it. Usually when I feel that, oh yeah, someone's limb's about to be chopped off or someone's Achilles tendon's gonna be cut, I look away. But I watched the majority of this one. Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I randomly select which movie I'm watching next, so let's take a look. Perfect timing, keeping along with the horror vibe. It Follows. You talk about a movie with subtext, this film has got it. A film about a monster who just follows you That's all it does. Why does it follow you? Well, because you had sex with someone. And it's a continuation of that line of people that have sex with each other. So-and-so slept with who, that person slept with this person slept with that person. And it, or the monster, just follows whoever had sex the most recent. After it kills that person, it goes on to the next person in line. It doesn't chase, it doesn't run at you, it just walks towards you. Anywhere you are, it just walks in a straight line to where you are. Simple enough, right? It is terrifying. A great indie film. Not a lot of people have seen it. Fell under the radar for a lot of people, and I hope I can recommend this and get more people to see it, because it's excellent. So everyone, have you seen I Saw the Devil? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. And if you have any recommendations of films that you want me to review, whether they're good or whether they're bad, please comment below or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Please leave your recommendation there. If I like it or if I have access to it, I'll review it, and I'll give you a shout out here on my channel. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of It Follows. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.